Robert Woods joining us on behalf of Lowe's. Looking forward to having a good conversation with you. Will Brinson is with us as well, host of the Pick Six podcast. Robert, first off, before we get into it, tell us what you're doing with Lowe's.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys. I'm here with the Lowe's home team, really being able to just give back to all our communities. Lowe's was able to give to 100 communities and give back in many different ways and many different projects. And you can vote on Twitter up to February 13th. There is a poll where you can vote for the next project, and it will be the biggest project to date in the winner's city. So hopefully it's here in Los Angeles. We can get our project going and be the 101st project.
That's fantastic. Robert, I believe it was the first time back with your teammates since your injury for the NFC Championship game. Awesome moment that kind of went viral with you and Cooper Kupp. And actually, everybody found out that he calls you Bobby Trees too, which we thought was just like a thing on Twitter for fantasy football dorks. I was curious, what were the emotions like being back with the team, in that moment, in that big stage, at home for the NFC Championship game?
Yeah, a lot of emotions, but really, like you said, it was my first time seeing a team. Since my father's passing, a lot of the guys been reaching out to me and sending their condolences, and then sharing that moment, going down there, me emotional, just all the emotions running through my body, and going to congratulate the team and the guys, and it just shows how selfless our guys are. Not wanting to talk football is deeper than that. It's all about family. And Cooper just grasped me, said he's here with me. He's here for me. And I feel like that's the brothers and teammates you need. And that's kind of why I feel like that we, not me mentality is why we're in the Super Bowl.
And condolences to you, Robert, on the passing of your father.
Thank you.
What has this emotional roller coaster been like for you, dealing with the injury and then, coming to terms with not being able to play and then, recently losing your father, your namesake?
Yeah. Tearing my ACL, critical year. We knew we were doing some great things. Had the surgery, and then it was kind of bummed for a while. Bummed that I was missing some games. Bummed that I was not out there with my teammates. But really just being able to just recover and then find joy and their success and their wins and their accomplishments, and then having a experience to be able to share with my father at the games, but end up losing him. And then now we're in the Super Bowl. So it's, like you said, it's a list of emotions running through me. But we know my dad would love this moment, being in the Super Bowl, being here in LA, trying to bring this Super Bowl to our home fans, and then what a way to do it here in LA.
I'm kind of curious, Robert. So, I think one of the things that flies under the radar is just how important wide receiver blocking is in Sean McVay's run game. They've seen a drop off, man, since you got hurt a little bit in terms of like the performance DVOA wise. Cooper Kupp, a great blocker. He talked about his favorite moment was actually blocking somebody to set Van Jefferson free. How critical is it in that offense to have wide receivers who can effectively block?
You have to. I mean, we take pride in having explosive plays and explosive runs and passes, and with that, it takes all 11 guys. Even Stafford, when he delivers the ball to the running back, his job and his obligation is to continue out the fake and keep running. And with that, we're asked as receivers to be on the edge sometime and block defensive ends, 290-pound guys who can fly. And really, McVay puts us in a scheme where we can get these guys running and just pretty much tipping the edge. Sometimes we say tipping the cow, get under that back shoulder pad and use his momentum and run them. But we're asked to do a lot, and OBJ has stepped in and done what he can. Van Jefferson, Ben Skronik, making key plays to get us to the Super Bowl run.
Matthew Stafford said Robert Woods is the L.A. Rams. You are an L.A. guy through and through. You grew up rooting for the Lakers, the Dodgers, the L.A. Kings. You've seen them all win championships for this city. What would it mean for you to bring a Super Bowl title to Los Angeles?
Yeah, first, just the Rams coming back to L.A. It's been a while now, but that's already getting the NFL team back here, having our own stadium, SoFi. the best stadium in the NFL, and then being able to just be here in LA where the champions are. We have an opportunity to be legendary, be remembered forever. When you win this game, and being here from LA, we gotta take a trip, championship parade, championship row, and be legendary with all those who won championships here before us.
All right, so I had this hot take a year ago, and I've been catching flack for it for a year. I said in January of 2020, I believe, that Matthew Stafford would eventually become a Hall of Famer. He was still on the Lions at the time. I believe that if you guys win the Super Bowl, Matthew Stafford's going to go get into Canton. Do you agree with me that Matthew Stafford is a future Hall of Fame quarterback?
Yeah, I think Stafford is 50,000 yards, fastest to get there. Already has all the personal accolades. Obviously, you want to get the team accolades with it. But a lot more years left. We could keep doing this and really just put that Super Bowl title under his belt and keep it going and keep stacking and adding on to it. But he's always been a high caliber quarterback, and now he's have all the supporting cast, defense, coach to go with it.
Robert, you were in the Super Bowl just a handful of years ago, and Cooper Kupp was in the same position that you're in right now, not being able to play in that game for the Rams. Did he have any kind of advice for you on how to deal with that?
I would say not advice, but I would say him showing it. We talk weekly. We talk about the game plan. And with that being said, it's more so just being involved. Him making me feel like I'm a part of this team still, talking plays, talking previous plays, showing clips of plays that worked and that didn't work and stuff that we could input for this game. But really, I would say just living it and making me feel a part of it weekly.
Robert, there's lots of interesting things that you can look at numbers-wise from the Super Bowl, and they call them props, right? I'm curious, with this offense and Sean McVay and the creative play calling, would we expect potentially any non-running backs to carry the football on Sunday for the Los Angeles Rams?
Of course, you never know who's going to touch the ball. In our offense, it's a lot going on, a lot of eye candy, a lot of guys in motion. You never know who's going to touch it. I would love to see a Whitworth touchdown against Cincinnati. That might be really nice. the big man
Get
touchdown.
Some inside info there. That's on the
right.
Game plan.
That's what we're talking. We'll keep it on the hush hush until.
Well, Robert, we ask everybody that comes on with us this week for their Super Bowl prediction. I'm going to guess you're going to side with your team, but how do you see things going down in this matchup on Sunday?
Yeah, I see our team playing poised. I expect it to be a chess match, go back and forth. Cincinnati been playing really sound on both sides of the ball. Joe Burrow's been tough, a competitor. We know we're going to get after him up front, but he's shown that he can get up and keep going. The defense showed to be resilient, find late turnovers to close out games. So we just got to play poised and be ourselves, protect the ball, play all 60 minutes, regroup at halftime, regroup on the sideline, check the scoreboard at the end of the game, and hopefully it's in our favor. And we're on that stage wearing rings and parade coming soon.
And it will be a much-deserved ring for you if your teammates are able to get it done with you being a coach on the sideline for this one. Robert, thank you so much for joining us on HQ on behalf of Lowe's.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks, Will. Thanks for having me.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.